I lived with my boyfriend for 3 years until I found out I was never actually on the lease. My boyfriend Sergio and I lived together for 3 years. We moved in pretty quickly, about 6 months into the relationship. It just made sense at the time. We were always at each other's place anyway. So, when his landlord renewed the contract, we decided to stay in his apartment together. Or at least that's what I thought. From the outside, everything looked normal. We split rent. We split bills. We bought furniture together. Built a routine. It felt like a real, shared life. But there was one small thing I never really questioned. The lease was always in his name. At the beginning, it didn't seem like a big deal. He said it was easier that way. Less paperwork. And I trusted him. So I never pushed it. Years went by like that. 3 years. Until one afternoon, something small happened. I was at home working and there was a knock on the door. It was the landlord. He asked if Sergio was home. I said no. And then he looked at me and asked, "And you are?" I laughed a little and said, "I live here." And he paused. Actually paused. Then he said, "I didn't know Sergio had a roommate." That word. Roommate. I corrected him. "I'm his girlfriend. We live together." And he just nodded slowly, like he didn't want to say more. But something already felt off. That night, when Sergio came home, I asked him about it. I told him what the landlord said, and he got weirdly defensive. Immediately. Said it didn't matter, that it was just a formality, that I was overthinking it. But now I couldn't let it go. So I asked him directly, "Why am I not on the lease?" And he hesitated, just for a second, but enough. Then he said, "In case things don't work out, it's simpler this way." I didn't say anything at first, because I was trying to process what he meant. 3 years, living together, building a life, and in his head, I was still temporary, not a partner, not someone permanent, just someone who could be removed easily. So I asked him one last question. I said, "Do you see this as a long-term relationship?" And he didn't answer right away. And honestly, that was my answer. I moved out 2 weeks later. Quietly. No drama. No big fight. Because at that point, I realized something. If someone plans for a future without you, you shouldn't build one with them.